To build the most dominant quantum company in the world, what do you need to do? You need the best technology and the best verticals. And IonQ has been on a shopping spree since June of 2025, acquiring companies to build up those verticals. We're going to take a look at their acquisition of the Boston startup LightSync. We're going to look at their acquisition of the space company Capella Space. We're going to look at Oxford Ionics, a British pioneer of ion trap chips integrated into silicon. In October of 2025, they acquired Vector Atomic. We're going to look at Vector Atomic's quantum sensing. And finally, most recently, they just paid $1.8 billion for the largest US pure play semiconductor company in SkyWater. We're going to look at all of these companies and their importance to IonQ's roadmap and quantum dominance. Hope you're ready for a fun one. Let's jump in. Oxford Ionics, now part of IonQ, has a roadmap aiming for fault-tolerant trapped ion quantum computing. By 2026, they plan a 256 qubit chip with error correction readiness. By 2027, they target scaling to around 10,000 qubits. IonQ's broader vision aligns with this, aiming for millions of qubits by 2030. Oxford Ionics focuses on extremely high fidelity qubits, historically among the best in the trapped ion ecosystem. While they aim to reduce error rates, a step towards logical qubits, the roadmaps towards actual logical qubits is still unfolding. In other words, they're advancing hardware quality, but turning those into stable logical qubits will rely on error correction. Oxford brings core quantum computing technology. It's really the heartbeat of the whole acquisition stack. This is the deal that is the linchpin of IonQ's roadmap. They have the high fidelity ion trap chips, and they're essential for scaling to millions of qubits. Without owning this technology, IonQ would remain dependent on third-party research. The high price and execution risk are justified by potential dominance in the quantum computing market. The CEO, Chris Ballance, is well regarded in the quantum industry as one of the premier thinkers and innovators in quantum computing technology. Next, we're going to look at SkyWater. SkyWater is a US-based pure-play semiconductor foundry offering advanced technology services and wafer manufacturing. IonQ lacks internal manufacturing, so acquiring SkyWater gives it a domestic supply chain and the ability to manufacture quantum chips. The Q3 2025 revenue was $150 million, and the baseline 2026 revenue is projected to be at least $600 million. This acquisition alone will change the revenue picture for IonQ. IonQ announced this acquisition at a $1.8 billion cash and stock deal, paying $35 per share for SkyWater. The strategic rationale is clear. Vertical integration will allow IonQ to design and fabricate quantum chips in-house, reducing iteration time and enabling tests of 200,000 qubit chips by 2028. SkyWater's ATS business also exposes IonQ to high-margin semiconductor services for government and commercial customers. So I personally hold a bunch of different investments in my portfolio, and at one point I was actually an investor at SkyWater. I bought a lot of shares at around $6 a share and sold most of my holdings around $12 to $13 a share. So I believed in what SkyWater was doing before this acquisition. And the reason I believe in SkyWater were two reasons. One is there's a big push from this current administration in the US for onshore manufacturing. Two, SkyWater looked like a fantastic turnaround story with good revenues, and they were making innovative chips, including quantum chips for D-Wave quantum. For those two reasons, I decided to invest in SkyWater, and after I sold SkyWater, I regretted it. I bought back in, and then I sold again, and I regretted it again. But since I'm an IonQ shareholder, I now again own SkyWater, and for that, I'm very thankful. I think the third most important acquisition is LightSync. LightSync develops universal optical interconnects and quantum memory to link ion trap processors across modular architectures. Its founders include Harvard quantum networking specialists and Amazon Web Services researchers, and the firm holds more than 20 patents. IonQ paid roughly $306 million for Lightsynq, and the strategic rationale is pretty straightforward here. Photonic interconnects are critical to scale up ion trap processors beyond tens of qubits. Lightsynq's technology should accelerate IonQ's transition to modular data center scale systems and complement Oxford ion trap chips. In the markets, we've seen a big push towards photonics and interconnects. This is a hot sector in computing, and it's a hot technology because you can move a lot of information through photonics. In fact, there's entire quantum computing companies that are building quantum computers on photonics. Vector Atomic produces precision atomic clocks, inertial sensors, and synchronization hardware used for GPS-denied navigation, timing, and scientific applications. It holds 29 patents. Strategically, this gives IonQ quantum sensing, and it complements IonQ's computing and networking divisions. Precise atomic clocks and inertial sensors could improve timing in quantum networks, enable navigation without GPS, and offer near-term revenue for defense customers. Capella Space operates a commercial synthetic aperture radar satellite constellation that provides high-resolution imaging independent of weather. IonQ intends to repurpose these satellites to establish a space-based quantum key distribution network while continuing existing Earth observation services. This satellite fleet enables IonQ to build a global quantum networking backbone by connecting ground-based QKD systems to space. The SAR business also provides diversified revenue. IonQ's most notable acquisition as far as revenue is concerned is SkyWater Technology, and I've opened up ProfitViz here so we can visualize how this could impact IonQ's revenue future. So we know that IonQ is currently trading at a share price of about $40 a share. Before the acquisition, SkyWater had reached nearly its all-time high at $34 a share. IonQ's revenue has been accelerating as evidenced by their last quarterly, which was their best quarterly ever, with 222% year-over-year growth at $40 million. SkyWater had seen some increase in revenue, some recent cooling off, and then a big influx of revenue in their last quarterly for $151 million. Now that these companies are combined, IonQ will realize the quarterly revenues from SkyWater in their balance sheet, which should help accelerate the revenue and growth picture story. Analysts on Wall Street have an average price target of $77.36 for IonQ. The consensus is it's a strong buy with 12 ratings, 9 buy ratings, 3 hold ratings, and 0 sell ratings. So Wall Street and the analysts on Wall Street are bullish on IonQ and the story. So we just looked at the shopping spree of IonQ, which has given them verticals and pillars that will likely propel them into the future. There's going to be some execution risk for IonQ. When you've acquired so many different companies, you have to get them all to work together, and that is an execution risk. Also, they've spent a lot of money, and this could dilute shareholders in the future, as there will be increased costs to run all of these separate companies that are now under the same umbrella. It is undeniable that IonQ is pursuing quantum dominance in every vertical. IonQ is strategically acquiring big player after big player, and I hope in this video you learned that IonQ today is different than IonQ was 1 year ago, and the IonQ of 2027, 2028, and 2029 could look a whole lot better. Of course, with all investments, you need to do your own due diligence. This is not financial advice. I personally really like IonQ, and I have personally been investing in this company along with other quantum companies. If you're interested in quantum computing and want to learn more about the different opportunities that are in the market today, I think we have one of the best quantum-focused discords anywhere in the world. And we cover every single ticker. We have channels for all of the main publicly traded stocks. We have all of the SPAC mergers, the quantum cybersecurity. We also talk about different thematic investments in technology like AI and crypto and defense and robotics and semiconductors. And we brought a community of investors from all over the world to discuss these investments and their strategies. And I learn a lot all the time. Big shout out to the Discord. It makes my investment experience better, and I invite you to join by becoming a YouTube channel member and supporting independent creator content in this space. Well, that's all I've got for you. I hope you learned a lot. I hope you enjoyed this, and we'll see you in the next one.